there's a lot of crazy shit happening. A lot of people.
Porn stars aren't succinct with their thoughts.
It's not that the fans were pretty nuts. It's like if you cut in line or something, people, hey, I've been waiting for 30 minutes.
I've had my dick hard for an hour, and now.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, these porn stars for Jesus or whatever it was called, they were basically there to convert. I don't know, not to convert. They said that Jesus loves the porn stars, and I'm like, oh, so Jesus loves porn, and they're like, no. Porn stars, not the porn. I'm like,
Jesus always hung out with whores.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so,
Jesus liked to jerk off. Come on.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Hey,
because then
his dick had nerves just like the rest of us.
Mm-hmm. He was a man.
I was weirdly. I was reading about homophobia today to see why I have it, and it was there was that thing. I was listening to Kevin and Bean, and there was the football player, the punter from the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, the Vikings.
You know,
awesome.
the
Chris
Deadspin article.
Cluey or whatever.
Yeah, and
yeah.
I wanted to have him on the show. I thought it'd be fun to have him on the show, and I would just keep asking.
He's available.
I just keep, anyway, let me tell the listeners what he wrote, or he was a big supporter of gay rights, and he claims he got canned from the Vikings for that, which he probably did. But I wanted to have him on the show and then just keep going, but you're gay, right? You're gay. You are gay, though. You're gay.
Did you ever read that article or the letter he wrote to
Yeah.
that politician? That was one of the funniest things I've ever read.
He
was also not an amazing punter.
no, he was average.
Which is the reason.
You know,
Well,
here's
he-
the best.
he had the
Here's
best
the best.
record on
Hold
that
on,
team, though.
hold on.
In
But like,
history.
but now, like,
where the fuck's my phone?
but like his distance averages and stuff like that there at the end.
Hold
like I was
on.
reading some article where they did some stats and they were below average. Where it's like,
Well, in his the reason they canned me thing is he said that they told him they wanted more loft, less distance so that the team could get under it. That he was actually holding his kicks back, ruining his own stats for the better.
Which is
well,
service
supposedly
of the
he had
team.
tryouts for other teams though, and they just like, I mean, I guess I'd have to look at it more. Maybe he was, but I thought there was a bunch of people just saying that like
this is fucking.
he wasn't that.
I've got
great.
one friend that works in the NFL. One.
One.
He works at the Minnesota Vikings home office.
Yeah, let's
I'm
call him.
texting him right now and saying, "What's the deal?
waking him up.
What's the deal with that gay supporter?"
So is this what the podcast is? You texting people?
You've never listened?
Yeah.
You don't like it?
I like it. I think
Okay,
it's good. I
because
think
you
it's
can leave at any point if you don't like
good.
it.
If this is what it is, I'm gone.
Okay, goodbye. Goodbye.
I'm gonna sit right here and annoy the shit out of you. Should we
what-
fill the air while you do this though?
I don't care. You do whatever you want to do.
That dude's letter to that
yeah.
politician
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
honestly hysterical. Like,
Oh,
just-
I thought you were talking about the Krabs letter. Sorry.
that Krabs letter thing, dude. Whoever wrote that, that's who you should get on the show.
That
Is whoever
lady?
wrote that letter for that lady to read, and if she wrote it herself, that would be genius.
I would like to interview each one of her crabs that she named.
My
And-
favorite-
And now a little from Alejandro. Alejandro,
and Dixie.
right? It had to
And
be.
Dixie.
That was fucking
She only named 10 crabs, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of her 20. I know. I was trying to. I was like, that would be like 20. Like,
I know my friend will say something really wrong to me, and then he's going to get really upset that I say something on the show, and I'm going to say, "You shouldn't have said that to me
Yeah.
if you knew I was going to say it on the show." And he's going, "I didn't know you were going to," because he's, and I'll say, "You shouldn't have said that to me." Because I know he's going to come back with something like, that fucking fag or something like that.
Right.
Watch, it'll come back like that. And then he's going to be like, "I was just kidding, and I didn't know that you would say something."
I feel like just his position in the NFL makes it tough for him to get away with controversial remarks.
Especially
like,
because he's a punter.
That's what I'm saying. Like if he was like the best, the all-pro punter, and he could just fucking put it on the 1 yard line with backspin, in the corner every game. But it's like Peyton Manning. If he all of a sudden was like, you know what, people need to fucking back off homos.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Well,
People like he would never ever
if
get
you're
back. Like
if you're a gay rights group, you shouldn't go get a kicker or a punter to be your spokesperson. You need to get
I think the word punter says it all.
yeah. You need to get like the manliest guy on the team.
you're just like perpetuating stereotypes.
yeah. Because my first thought
We have
was,
so many football players.
No,
We have
they're-
the punter
they're-
for the Vikings.
are there out football players that have come out?
No.
No one.
No,
X.
not in the NFL.
Wait a minute.
I thought one
One
did.
X guy.
I think
don't
one
think
did
so.
too. For a California team, maybe for was it for the 49ers?
Oh, that
I
makes
thought the
sense.
only guy was the basketball
No.
player. I didn't think an NFL guy had come out.
I think there was. I think there was an NFL openly gay.
By the way,
player.
there are punters that will kick all of our asses. It's
Really?
Like, yeah. You know the Giants punter Steve Weatherford? He's like
Like an MMA fighter.
he's like the most ripped guy ever. He's like seriously. He's like a
No, but I've read this guy's stuff, and Chris, how do you say his last name?
Cluey, I
Cluey,
think.
and he's a pretty funny guy. He's a really smart guy, and he's got a book out that looked pretty good too.
Yeah,
But,
that's the Giants punter, fucking Steve Weatherford.
Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with him.
Yeah. I met him. He's
Wow.
He's
Wait, let me see.
he's a fucking badass.
Well, but that's not like a
Jesus
good manly
Christ.
argument having them compared to us though either. It's like,
Right? No, I know.
Like
Professional athlete.
we also
professional
shouldn't be
drinker.
advocates.
Right.
Yeah, no
for
comedian.
manliness.
I've never seen a comedian beat someone up ever.
I've heard Gary Goldman. He's a big
Gary Goldman.
comic.
Oh, I have seen Ben Bailey from
really?
Cash.
He's a
Oh,
big guy.
Yeah.
Ben Bailey
6'6", probably.
crushed a guy once.
What?
Terrifying. When I
a
met Ben
big
Bailey, because
dude.
I used to have
If you want to get this charity boxing going, I'll fight Ben Bailey. I'll go
you
for
do
it.
not want to fight Ben. I almost fought Ben Bailey, and he told me afterwards, he's like, Ed, it would have been a big mistake. I went to jail once for beating somebody up so
Wow.
bad. And then another time, a heckler at the cellar was just giving him so much. He was giving everybody shit, and Ben Bailey took him in the bathroom, and we never saw the guy again. Like, literally, Ben walked off stage, grabbed him into the bathroom, and then Ben came out, the crowd cheered, and the guy didn't.
Wow.
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 I heard a story. Gary Goldman walked off stage into the audience and just flattened some guy.
Yeah, I've heard that. Godfrey
Laugh
wrestled-
Factory or something?
Godfrey took a guy.
Godfrey's a big dude.
It was
too.
my
Godfrey
fault.
does martial arts too.
Yeah, Godfrey's a tough guy. But there are tougher. There's a lot of guys who really know how to fight.
Joe
too.
Rogan.
Yeah,
Joe
Rogan.
Rogan.
Rogan's terrifying.
Right.
But
I'm not
He is
fighting anybody
terrifying.
who's like a.
Adam Hunter knows how
Yeah.
to fight.
Oh yeah, he's a
Um,
MMA guy.
There's a couple other guys who know how to fight. Heffron does Krav Maga. What's his name? Peter
Yeah.
Berman teaches Krav Maga.
Does he?
Yeah.
Heffron does Krav Maga, but for some reason I'm not nearly as scared of him as I would be of like Rogan or something.
I'm more scared of Heffron than anyone.
Really? You think he's that tough?
He has a gun in every room of his house.
Whoa, does he? Really? He's one of those guys.
Yeah, he loves his guns. Yeah, Ben Bailey will kill somebody.
There is not an openly gay.
We used to
player in
talk
the
about
NFL.
this in the cellar. We used to talk about the toughest. People used to be afraid of Patrice. I was like, I'll fucking kill Patrice.
Yeah.
And I mean, I didn't, well, somebody did, but Sugar did. But we used to talk about who would be the toughest. There were a couple guys that were in prison.
Sugar did.
Who-
Ronald McDonald fucking
Let's-
submitted Patrice.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
No openly gay player has ever.
Shane,
NFL,
is this you again?
according to Wikipedia.
Shane just taking over the show from the staircase.
That was a good joke you were playing on me, but it was the wrong timing. If you did it now, it would have been funny. No, that's why you're not a comedian. You have bad timing. That's
I
why
laugh.
two people think
I'm
you're
a big
funny.
Shane fan, by the way. I know this is going to get me booted from the show forever.
No, the fans will go after you. They
Yeah.
all.
Then I'll have the fans and Doo-Doo Brown after me.
Oh no.
Doo-Doo fell off the face of the earth. Were you the one telling me you were in his town and he's not
Well,
there?
I went to Virginia Beach. That was the place where I saw the whole Doo-Doo Brown. I can't believe. I don't know
Who's Doo-Doo
why I
Brown?
even brought him up. I brought him up. Okay.
He writes to me all the time on Twitter now.
I got backlash so much from like so many direct things. Fuck you, Doo-Doo Brown's this and that, and people like, oh, how Doo-Doo Brown's better than me and this and that.
Doo-Doo Brown's a stand-up comic out of Atlanta, I believe.
A stand-up
Yeah,
comic?
I think he's
And
out of Atlanta. I
Dan
was in
ca-
Virginia Beach, and that's where I saw the
I
thing.
thought he was
Dan-
a rapper.
You're right.
And Dan said he's the worst comedian he's ever seen. And I was like,
I did not
and I
see-
know what kind of guy he is. I go, do not fuck with this guy. This is not the kind of comedian. So, of course, our fans start twittering Doo-Doo Brown.
Trying to get
They're
me
like-
killed.
They're like, hey, Doo-Doo, listen to what they're saying about you.
Oh, no.
And the next thing you know, Doo-Doo's like, what's up, motherfucker?
Yeah, he tweeted us too. Yeah. No, it was just because I was there and there was a thing on the wall. It's just that CD tile that was showing. Oh, you guys remember? Is this from? Fuck! It's like this is your life.
What are you guys doing?
Well, also I talked about. I think I said I'd fuck Matthew McConaughey
Yeah.
He's good looking,
if
man.
I had to fuck a dude.
Okay.
Which I'll stand by that.
That's the guy?
Yeah, look at him.
I like his chest.
He got
After
solid
the wrecking
nipples.
ball, I'd fuck Ron.
Oh God!
I'd
that was
fuck
so
Chris Cluey
gross.
just
I'd
because
fuck-
I feel like he would be a supporter of
Yeah,
our
he would be-
relationship.
I'd
he would
fu-
go to bat for us.
I'd fuck Ron Jeremy's belly button.
Oh, Jesus.
I think we could all fit in there together.
That guy.
So when I worked with him, I walked into the trailer to come get him out, and he was sitting on the floor watching like the TV in the trailer, and he just had his hands down the back of his.
He's a disgusting.
And I was
human
just
being.
looking down. I'm like, that is Ron Jeremy's ass being scratched. And then he
Ugh.
tries to shake my hand. I'm like, I gotta
Ugh.
do something.
I met him once. The first time I met him was at the comedy store, and he put his drink down next to me, and then went to talk to Dice. and he points at me and he goes, "Don't touch that drink." And I was like, nobody in this room wants to touch that drink. Like the busboy doesn't want to even come get that without gloves on.
Like he's getting roofied left and
Who's
right.
gonna drink Ron Jeremy's
He's
drink?
got 20 crabs and they're all named.
You know what I liked is that like a third of that woman's crabs were Mexican. Like
She just
Alejandro.
I noticed she didn't have a single black crab.
Yeah.
Not obviously. There was no
No,
Tyrone,
there
no
was no-
Jamal.
They gave up.
She's fucking,
They gave up.
She's
They-
racist.
Chris Fairbanks.
Black
Chris
crab.
Fairbanks posted the funniest picture today. It was him as a little kid, and he's sitting next to this little black girl, and he said, "Look, my first girlfriend. Happy Martin Luther King Day."
I love Fairbanks. It's funny. That thing was genius. I know. My mind keeps going back to that letter just because. Just all the different angles they took on that one woman having crabs. I am curious. Like it was so fucking funny. It got better and better.
It was
I feel
so
like it was her
specific.
diary
She
entry.
had it for 10 days or 10 years and 3 days.
Yeah.
And the greatest love of her life, and they stood by her, and oh my god,
Because the greatest love of all begins with crabs. Did anybody hear about Madonna?
No.
She hit the eject button on the career. She was just like, boom, threw the N-word out.
no
What?
way.
Yeah.
Today?
Madonna posted an Instagram and called her son my nigga or something.
Oh, boy.
And people just
Wow.
went nuts on her. And I was like, what are you doing? That's either I want attention so badly
Yeah.
Yeah.
or I want out.
I think she's completely unaware.
Really?
I think
probably
she thinks
so
she's
sheltered.
she's so trans.
She's got two
everything.
black kids. I guess you can call them my nigga.
Wait, she has.
No,
She
but it
called.
wasn't-
She called
Shane,
her
where-
black
where-
kid.
No,
Go.
it was Rocco,
What?
Oh,
the
Jesus
homeless guy.
Christ!
He was like boxing or something, and it said something like "Don't mess with him."
Yeah, it said don't mess with my nigga.
She just thinks she can get away with it because she's Madonna.
Well, she didn't get away with
Yeah.
it.
She's like, I've had 400 black dicks in me. I'm allowed to say this.
I think it's now at the point where celebrities go, how controversial can I be? I was telling
Yeah.
a friend on the phone today, I go, I could say that word 7,000 times and my career would be exactly where it is.
Right.
What's that?
Fuck your dreams.
That's not what she posted. That's not what. Oh, that's Martin Luther King. Oh, this is the Martin Luther King episode, and look how many black people I invited for the show. Wow, I feel good about this.
You did have some giant hot dogs on the grill in your, in your kitchen.
To commemorate. I wonder if Martin Luther King was hung. Because I've seen small black cocks. I've seen it.
Yeah, it's a fucking. It's like such ridiculous. Like I got so like curious for a while. I was like, just any white girl who would talk about or whatever. A girl, I was like, well, really? Are they that much?
Yeah. They
In
are.
general,
They are.
Yeah, they are. They are.
On average.
Yeah.
on average.
average,
but
On
there's
average,
a lot
yeah,
of
exactly.
guys with like regular. Yeah, I think
No.
Yeah,
they do.
regular.
No, they're winning.
Right.
They're winning.
They're winning overall. Well, according. Oh, that one guy. Why the big dude's got a little
So
tiny dick.
Cody just Googled big black cock.
I actually Googled small black cock.
And
There's
And all that came up was 2-foot cocks.
there's one. In,
Google's like, did you mean giant black cocks?
does not compute. Even Google stumped.
never seen this book. There are no images of this.
Google goes, did you mean Flava Flav?
And poor fucking Asian guys. There's not like one male Asian porn star is like, well, pow.
I was just saying,
Like-
porn is the only place where discrimination is acceptable, and it's totally acceptable on all like women are allowed to say when they go into porn what they will and won't do, and they can say
Oh.
won't do a black guy.
Yeah.
Like they're allowed to say that. Imagine if an employer said won't hire a black guy. Like that's it's discrimination, and then you as a viewer get to discriminate also. You get to go, do I want Asian? Do I want black? Do I want Puerto Rican? Do I want I personally enjoy Afghani porn. Which have you watched Afghani porn?
I'm sure I've
Is it-
searched
is it
for
through
but
the
I can't-
burqa?
I can't
No,
remember.
it's just 12 guys throwing rocks at a girl.
Oh my god.
That's my favorite new porn.
That's hot.
Can you Google
Jeez.
go into Porn MD, which is my favorite
Porn MD.
best,
Right, which I
best
just
search
found
site.
out about the last time I was here.
Unbelievable.
Ron
Porn
Simmons,
MD is the kayak of
Right.
porn. And type in Afghani porn. I want to see if there is any. Harlow, don't even fucking think about it. Harlow. Get back in here. They're kidnapping dogs around Venice right now.
They are.
Yeah, people were like
Yeah,
kidnapping
there was
them.
like-
And,
there was
and
like a-
women in Santa Monica, but we're more
Oh, yeah,
concerned
you
about
heard
the
about
dogs.
that?
I heard about that. Some girls talking about that today
Yeah,
at the
it's
coffee shop.
crazy. Like
They-
some dude just jumping out of his car and grabbing white women.
Yeah.
I'm putting together a collection of women and dogs. So
There's been 2 attempted, but I wonder if there's actually been a
Success.
completed.
Yeah.
Oscar wants to work. He's back there going, "What's going on?" Oscar, let's get you on the air for a second.
We referenced like Krav.
Come on,
earlier. It
Oscar.
was
Yeah, let's talk
Give him
about
a
your-
microphone for a second.
There was,
tacos and hot dogs.
3 like Brentwood type girls talking about like those abductions or attempted, and then the one girl was like, "She's like, that's it. I am gonna take like 2 months of Krav." I swear to God, but like I just love the delusion because in those classes I will go and I will say like women will take it. Fuck it, they're just so weak.
Yeah, of
They're
course.
so physically weak.
I know. If
I
I'm,
know.
I'm
yeah,
like,
take 3 seconds of buying mace
Harlow.
class
Yeah,
instead.
Harlow.
exactly,
Close the door so
exactly.
she
It's like
can't.
you can take Krav for 3 fucking years, and then you would be able to fight off a weak male rapist sometimes.
So you're a Krav Maga, is that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Now this is all I know about Krav Maga. Somebody told me that it's like the one discipline that none of the MMA fighters use. Like it's basically
No,
useless.
because you can't. It's
it's
more
to take
useful.
A gun. It's to take a knife or gun out of your hand.
No, it's hand to hand, but it's all soft tissue attack. Where it's like in Krav Maga, you're not going for like you're not thinking of gentlemanly like, oh, okay, I'm gonna hit him in his stomach, or
Yeah, you're gonna
you're
punch
gonna
the
go
throat.
It's a defensive.
nuts.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna
it's
try
a
and
kill.
break their knees.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
It's
go
to
for the-
disable, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
disable. Yeah,
that
exactly.
right there was Oscar from tacosandhotdogs.com, everyone.
Yeah.
Which could sound like a porn site.
yeah, exactly.
I do a lot of craft services on porn sets.
Do you really?
For real,
Do you
for real?
really?
Oh, look
Yeah.
at this. How
I
great
love,
is
I love how
this?
you got all
Wait.
sheepish when
No,
you're like,
you know why I love it? Because every time he hands you a plate, he's like, and God bless. There's like a spiritual message with each plate, which I would love on the
Well,
porn set.
Do you
That's
give
what they're
tacos
doing
to the
over
tacos
at
and
the
hot dogs to the
ABN.
hot dogs?
Yeah, I've done several porn sets, but it's mainly craft services.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a low-key euphemism if you really think about it, right?
Now, so Oscar tonight catered the Adrian, who I think is upstairs raping my wife, is.
I mean, he did donate to the show.
yeah,
Let's be fair.
well, I mean, you got to give a little bit more than 1,000 for that. Come on,
You got the tacos,
she's
dude.
white. Adrian brought Oscar, and Oscar cooked for everyone. He made bacon wrapped hot dogs.
Well,
that-
I didn't make them. I just put it together.
Okay, is that healthy?
Yeah, especially for Jewish people, the bacon.
Right.
They
They
cancel
really
each
go
other
after
out.
that.
Yeah.
it's kosher bacon.
We should just drop those over the Middle East.
Dude.
Is bacon wrapped up? I actually just had this conversation in the morning because I had 2 bacon wrapped hot dogs for breakfast.
You traitor.
Did you really?
I did. I went surfing this morning
What
up
a
at
weird
C
day.
Street. Got out of the water. There's a guy there who sells hot dogs and donuts. Yeah, I had 2 bacon wrapped hot dogs and a donut at like 9 this morning. It was fucking incredible.
That dude
is-
is public enemy number 1. Man.
Yeah, man. I'll go take him out for you. He wasn't cool.
And you had some here tonight?
And no, I didn't. I went with the tacos tonight.
Oh, okay.
But are bacon wrapped hot dogs a Mexican thing? Because I'm from New York. I'd never seen that.
I've
on the
never
East
had
Coast.
one before.
Oh, okay. So bacon wrapped hot dogs are basically from Sonora, Mexico. They're Mexican. They're known to be. The history comes down from there. All I did was make them bigger, for girth, and then mastered the art of wrapping them.
Yeah.
That's all I did.
That's the most sexual way to describe.
Yeah, keep
I
talking.
mean, it's tacos
Keep
and
talking.
hot dogs.
Just-
Like
Just
if you
got- I got the
visualize
right
them hanging out
girth, and I
together.
just
Do any of
worked-
those
worked on
tacos have-
wrapping them up?
Have you ever made crab tacos? Because we have a
Shrimp,
woman that
lobster, fish. Personally, I'm a fish taco kind of guy. I like them.
Yeah,
I like
love-
fish
I like
tacos,
pussy
too.
Oh,
I
yeah,
like
me
pussy
too.
too.
Yeah, I love pussy.
Fish tacos and hot dogs.
Yeah.
I got a hot dog in my lap.
Yeah. You know what's
Ew.
funny, Bronson, is that dog is the biggest whore in the world. Because this is like your first time really sitting on the couch. Dan's been here, Joe's been here. She goes to the newest person
Yeah, she was with
and
me.
then hangs with them the whole night because she's a slut. You're a dirty slut.
And she has crabs
She
now.
is, yeah.
Well, I love that she actually
Welcome to 'em.
does. Her dog asshole is like right on your dick. There's just pants
On
in
it?
between
Yeah.
on it. Yeah, just
Mhm,
right
it's
on
around
it.
it.
Bronson's like 6'9". His dick is the same size as that dog.
Adrian, is this you've got to have a huge schlong, do you,
Yeah,
Bronson?
it's good.
No, good. How big? You're how tall? You're how tall?
I'm 6'7".
6'7", so you've got to have a. So is mine though, and I'm 5'10".
Yeah, right.
I'll go up against you. I gotta fluff it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Somebody go upstairs,
hard
take a
dick.
picture of their.
We
dick
already
next
had
to
a
each other.
jerk off contest on this show. I
Jerk
lost
off
that
contest.
one. I lost to Jim Jeffries on that one.
It's
This is like your
I didn't-
great grandfather's. Like if you're fighting against a heavyweight. I love it. You're just like, and I was only 5'10", 145, and I took my dick out against Bronston, the one named comic.
This is how because you know how you don't really know how you compare to other people, and I had a long-term girlfriend for 14 and a half years.
No Asians
And-
ever dated you.
14 and a half
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
Well, and I missed that one. Let me say that.
Motherfucker.
14 and a
That's
half
longer
years.
than that lady had crabs.
It's longer than most people are married.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, so I had no idea how big I was, and then she came home one day and she goes, "Hey, listen to this." So I went to the sex shop with her friend, and as they were walking through, her friend goes, "What's Braun like?" And when she grabbed the appropriate sized dildo, she goes, "Holy fuck, are you serious?" And she's like, "Yeah," because I was her first, so she had no idea either. And she's like, "Why is that big?" And the chick's like, "Jesus Christ, how are you walking?"
Yeah. So
Nice.
So obviously you broke up with her.
So she left me to go to Africa to save the planet.
Oh, she had to go. She had to go to Africa.
In search of bigger dick. Where can I find bigger than Bronston? Africa.
Oscar, what porn site have you worked on? Do you know the porn?
I can't.
You can't disclose that
yeah.
information.
You have to sign an
Right.
NDA.
Oh,
No, confidentiality agreements. For real, I swear.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But porn?
Dude, can you imagine?
No, I can't.
No, look. Did you like the way I catered?
I loved
Yeah.
it.
Okay, so imagine it's actually quite high class.
Okay.
So they paid me good money to do it and to.
So you don't want to lose that job.
It's reoccurring. So
Let me ask you this: do any of the hot dogs you make end up in any orifices of those women?
not in the women.
Okay, so we know
I
why
think
he's
I have
not
to go
telling us
throw
what
up
porn.
now.
Is your porn?
He catered the
your-
Viking special
Yeah, I was
teams
just
party.
gonna say. He would hate us.
Boy, they can kick.
Yeah, I heard him today on Kevin and Bean, and I actually liked everything he said. But then I read the whole Deadspin article, the letter he wrote about, and it just seemed a little nitpicky. Like I agree, and I'm all for gay rights and everything and equal rights, but it just seemed like he was picking apart every single thing, justifying why he's no longer on the team. And there's the coach should not have come in and said what he said, but I mean, I heard much fucking worse when I played football, but that was years and years ago. He was saying, it was funny what he was saying. He's like, I don't think these old school coaches understand that, like, kids in college now don't give a fuck about homosexuality, and like the kids in college are now the pros,
Right.
and
Plus
so they're
they're
like
athletes,
and
It's
they're like, what?
It's locker
Homophobic?
room talk.
Yeah, it's like they're
Well, no, the point is he's saying that they're not homophobic because the society's different now.
Yeah.
Than like older, like the old school but the coaches are still kind of old.
Yeah, but
Right.
what
Whereas-
about that Dolphins? Remember that Dolphins guy who quit because the other
That
dude
was
was like
bullshit.
harassing
bullying them?
Oh,
There's something weird
yeah.
about that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they texted back and forth hundreds and hundreds of times. I feel like it was going back and forth, but the one guy, whatever, if like that guy's a bully, just stop fucking. You don't have to be his friend.
right.
You don't have to. I don't know. That guy just seemed
Yeah,
like
but if you talk to anybody that's close to anyone in the NFL or deals with pro, it's just a fucking madhouse. The way how they're all prima donnas,
Right.
and the way the sport's gotten, and they're all out for
Incognitos
they're all out for themselves and stuff. There's
They're
no team-
selfish. They're selfish athletes.
Well, they're making fucking
Entitled?
hundreds.
Richie
of
Incognito
Wait, are
and
these the
Jonathan
same
Martin.
guys
I
who-
think that was the two guys.
Are these the same guys who rape high school chicks during proms?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's those
Yeah,
guys,
it's those
right?
guys. It's those
Oh,
guys.
okay. Now I get
that,
it.
that
Now I
happened
get
in
it.
Steubenville, Ohio, not far from Sandusky, Ohio.
But
That
that's
has to happen
that's the locker room culture at all, and everywhere you go in America,
Yeah.
no, right?
Yeah.
It happens in soccer. It happens in baseball, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And just that it's
Probably
just
every-
the NFL brought it to
Yeah.
the spotlight, right?
Probably every popular sport in the world, really. It's like you're gonna get those guys.
Hazing happens in
I did
in
the worst shit
in
when
soccer.
I played sports.
yeah.
Like the freshmen on our team. Like
Were you a hazer?
That's what you do when you're
Yeah.
a freshman. You get hazed. It's that culture that just like continues to you
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
want to be an asshole, but
feel
then
like
somebody was an asshole to you, and you're like, it's a right that now I
I,
have to.
I
do
feel like a
that.
rape confession is coming.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't do it. Did I?
All
want
right, all right,
Did I
I'll-
want to
yeah.
fuck all the freshmen in their asses?
Yeah.
No.
All
But
right.
that's what happened to me.
Right.
You want the confession? All right, I'll give you the confession. Oh, I thought you
You
meant
can't
me.
handle the truth.
Yeah. As a joke, I say that, and all of a sudden you start being like, okay, there was 3 girls in college.
No, but when I was in high school, when you were a sophomore, you started practicing with the varsity football team, and that's when you got the shit kicked out of you. And they lined us up, and they would take us one by one away, and they saved me for last, so I was having like panic attacks because the kids weren't coming back. And I'm like, what the fuck are they doing to them? And I was like, I would have wanted to go like first or second to get it over with. And they did it on purpose so they could abuse me. So they take me, and we had a kid, Mark Frank, who weighed 330 pounds. And I go in the bathroom, and he's standing there, and he's just standing there in a towel. I'm like, what? Am I getting raped? And all the other sophomores, there's like 20 guys, are standing in the stalls up on toilets, like 5 to a stall, just hanging off the sides. And they go, get on the ground. We're going to do isometric sit-ups. We're putting a towel over your face. All you have to do is one sit-up. If you can do this one sit-up, then you're done. But if you can't do it, we're gonna fucking like pillow you to death, like beat you with pillows. And I was like, all right. And I knew what it was because I had done it at camp or something, and I had done it to kids. And all it is, you get on the ground, you hold the pillow over the face, and then you take your clothes off and you just stand over them with your bare ass. And they go to do the sit-up as hard as they can. You pull the towel away, and their face goes up the guy's ass. So I look, and Mark Frank has baby powder all over him. And I look, and all the guys in the stall have, like, baby powder on their face because they've, like, rammed their face up his ass. And I go, I'm not ramming my face up his ass. And I remember a guy who's a friend of mine now, Eric Happ, who's a surgeon. He's like an ophthalmologist. Smacked me across the face as hard as he could. He goes, get the fuck up there with the rest of them. So I didn't even have to do the sit-up. But we would have pillow fights, too. They would get us. We slept in a different area because you had like 3 a days practice. So you had breaks and you go take naps. And they'd go, like they hated the punter so much, this guy Sean Lattimore, because he didn't have to practice. Like all he did was punt while we were abusing ourselves.
Yeah.
So they would come get us and they'd go, sophomores, huddle up. Go kill Lattimore. And we would go in like the wrestling room where he was sleeping with like 20 of us with pillows, zippers on them, and just beat this guy to a blood. But you would do it half of it out of like anger about him not practicing, but half of it like fear of the older guys.
Because you were told to. That's the way.
Because you're better him than you.
Yeah, but that's close to Full Metal Jacket. I'm picturing like soap and socks.
I'm picturing a did you order the Code Red? You're goddamn right I did.
But that's what it was like. It was like that I afterwards I'm like, he's bleeding.
I remember on our basketball team, you had to run through like a gauntlet of pillows. And my senior year, I just stood at the end. I put my two basketball shoes in the pillowcase, and the last thing they just got like he was like, "Oh, pillows, I've made it," and then boom, 2 basketball shoes to the face, and you just get knocked off your feet.
Yeah. I remember we had some boys camp. We did the same thing. We called it the gauntlet, and we get these lineup. It's like a military barracks. This long run, and you get just heavy pillows. Yeah, and you just take full hard as you could swings on whoever's running. And I remember this one kid, it was the worst for him. He escaped the pillows for about half the way, but all he did was build up more speed. So a dude got him right square in the face. It was like a cartoon. Just
Takes
legs up. Yeah, to like level, boom, on the floor. And then they were almost done. And then the one that I was at the end, and I hit some kid at a downward angle, and there was a fire hydrant by the door. It misdirected him. He tried to run out the door, and so his head went so hard into that fire hydrant that you heard like a dong, and then we were all in a lot of trouble. He went off bloody to the counselor,
and that was the end of hazing for the whole country.
Yeah, but we didn't get even any trouble. It was just like, you guys, come on, don't do that anymore. Now that would have been probably like assault charges.
Oh yeah.
I remember Central Catholic High School, which is the Catholic school in Pittsburgh, and they were kind of our rival. Like probably about 10 years ago or something, maybe not even that many. Yeah. They got in trouble for teabagging.
Oh,
they were
sexual assault
They were
now.
Teabagging like sophomores or freshmen.
Don't you remember when we used to think that was fun? Now it's sexual assault.
My mother calls me and she's like, "Did you hear about Central Catholic?" And I go, "What, Mom?" And I knew.
That is fucking
My
too
mom
much.
goes, "They were teabagging." And I go, "Mom, do you know what teabagging is?" And she goes, "No." And I go,
your father and I have been married a long time.
"Stop saying it, Mom. Just stop telling people."
Did you tell her what it was?
Look up, Google Central Catholic teabagging.
There was a friend. This is secondhand, but this kid would be in jail for so long now if he did this. There was.
Shh, dogs. Why?
There was a buddy of mine. He went like Helena, Montana. He was on and this is just cross country, so you'd think it would be pretty harmless. But again, this is like what mid-90s cross country team.
Oh, you could do anything in Montana.
Oh my
though.
God, what happened with there is like they would do this thing.
You could rape everything there, like things.
It's not even rape there.
And they had they called it an aroma, I guess is what they would do. But it was like, so that was the first, is they would put their fingers in their asshole basically, and then you would like on the bus or whatever like that, you would sneak up and you would wipe your fingers across the dude's under his nose, so he'd smell your shit. Whatever.
Dirty Sanchez.
Dirty
action.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they did this to some kid who was also on the wrestling team, and I guess that kid just was like, "Dude, you're fucking dead." When we get back to the school, he waited. They got to the locker room, and then the kid who had aromaed him, he somehow, I don't know if he had friends, I can't remember the details of that part, but he got this kid duct taped down to a bench face up. So he's pinned.
Wait, this is the angry kid or the kid
The
who did
angry
it?
kid, or
Okay.
the kid that got aromaed.
Yeah.
He got the other kid duct taped down to the bench.
Okay, perfect.
So it's a revenge thing, but he took it so far. He just
Crime
got
of
the kid's
passion.
Face, crime of passion. He just spread his dropped his clothes, spread his butt
Jesus
cheeks,
Christ.
and just rubbed his asshole on the kid's mouth and nose. And it's like that you would fucking that's like rape.
Yeah, but
now.
that's what they were trying to get him to do.
Yeah.
Is just jam
Yeah,
your
I
face
guess-
into
I guess
that
that's
guy's
true.
asshole.
That's true.
And,
And what a weird
my-
thing for that guy.
My brother-in-law told me a story. He went to like a private prep school in Canada, and he said this kid came in one day, and like the abuser kid went like they hazed all the other kids, went and just jerked another kid off.
Wait, whoa.
What?
He jerked
Whoa.
the kid off.
Wait
Like,
a minute. The kid who was getting that butt, putting it for everybody's
No,
face.
no. Like they would all pick on each other or pick
yeah.
on one kid or something, and he went in the room with like some kid that he bullied
Yeah.
and just jerked him off.
To like make up for it. Like, hey man, sorry about all
I think
the.
it was more to he thought he was punishing him, but everyone
Yeah.
was like,
That's super.
that's
You're-
kind of weird.
that
That
dude.
kid's got to be gay now.
That was a
That kid's gotta
baseball.
be-
That was a baseball team. That kid had to pitch the next day. He's like, "Yeah, I got you. I got you. Just save your arm. I'll jerk you off."
Well, someone recently they used my greatest fear was getting rolled up in the wrestling mats.
Oh yeah.
Because if
yeah.
you get rolled
that
up in
kid
the,
who just died.
you can't you can't move, and they would tape you up a lot or roll you in the wrestling mat, and I just didn't want those because I'm claustrophobic. I was like, don't fucking. I
That's fucking
said
terrifying.
I said to the older like I was a decent football player, and I went, I'll quit. Like if you want me to quit, I'll quit right now. If you're gonna fucking tape me up, I'm out. I'm off the team. I'm walking home. I'm done. You're not fucking taping me up or putting me in a wrestling mat. And luckily they didn't do it. But that kid just died. There was a
Oh yeah. They don't know if somebody. Well, somebody probably put him in there.
yeah.
That's like a
they don't
every
know.
3 year
He's
story
just
too. Like
rolling
some
around,
kid
rolls
dies.
himself
It's
up.
fucking terrible.
Yeah. Or
Wrestling
they
mats
like
are heavy.
Or they
They're
like close
hundreds
them
of
in the
pounds.
bleachers. You know, what I mean, it's like, how do these kids not think that that's going to kill somebody?
Yeah, because you're a kid. You don't think anything.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
many
I
things
know.
did you do that?
No, I
that
thought all the
should've
time.
killed
I
people?
always thought someone's gonna die.
Yeah.
I was always the one guy going, we might kill him right now. And there were times when I'm like, I'm amazed we didn't kill someone. Like some of the horrible shit we did as
I'm
kids.
so scared as a parent now. Like I'm constantly afraid my kids are gonna die when they get old. Because it's like I think about all the shit I did. For a while, we thought it was awesome to jump off of roofs into pools that were down in Las Vegas that were 3 feet deep. Like, oh, how cool that we can fucking barely go in. There's so many times we should have just fucking died.
Did you ever hear the story of Anthony Kiedis when he did that? He missed the pool.
Oh, when he broke his back and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
His autobiography. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. That's right.
Awful.
He,
And,
he was not the Lizard King.
And I was in when I did the New Zealand Comedy Festival. There was a hotel on the quay, like right on the bay.
Oh, wow.
And some guy was partying one night. He wasn't even drinking a lot. They said he had like 2 beers. And he was on the 7th floor. And he just thought, because people always think because you're high up that you're going to jump out and you're going to get more distance.
Nope.
But you can
You just
only
go,
jump
you know.
as far as, and it's like 30 feet. And like a world record long jump's like 28 feet. This dude just splat right on the
Dead?
fucking dead.
Yeah,
7th flight.
70 feet. Yeah.
Almost made it.
But
Well,
there's
yeah. Darwin smiled.
Steve-O, who's been on the show, posted a video of him jumping off a roof into a pool with a whale, like one of those inflatable whales, and he does like a gainer off the roof, and I'm like, dude, it looked so far. When I'm watching the video, I'm like, oh, a friend of his posted this because he's dead now. Like,
Right,
this is-
right.
There's no way he's gonna live.
Oh my God, that friend I would do it with. I was not athletic enough, so I would just jump in feet first. He would do one. The worst he did was like a Superman dive into 3 feet of water, where he like ran, did a flip, and then did some like cool move after. But I'm like, so many possibilities of just breaking your neck and what?
Cody just showed us a picture of a kid completely duct taped.
Oh, that's
That is awesome. That's what happens when you drink, kids.
There was the hooker update from the guy from England. You know the guy from England that there's a guy, one of our fans in England went to work one day, and there was a new girl at work, or he got a new job, and I think there was like a whole like, if I'm getting this correctly, there's a whole group of people. Oh, here's the update. Anyways, he had a girl that where he worked that was one of his escorts. Like, he would call her and then found out she worked at the same office as him, and they were in the same group together. And he saw her and she saw him, and she said, "Hey, let's keep this quiet." And he's like, "So what should I do? Should I blackmail her and get some more sex from her?" Blah, blah, blah. So he gave me an update. He said, "Thanks for the advice on the last episode. Here's an update for you. On Friday, I found myself in one of those offices with the whore. She seemed to have an attitude problem with myself, and for the previous days, she'd been taking little digs at me. I realized I had to nip this in the bud there, and then so I told her I was going to tell all the other members of staff about her second job unless she gave me a good reason not to. We then haggled back and forth for a few minutes until we settled upon 2 free fucks over the weekend, and I was never to tell my colleagues. So, seeing as though I won't be dipping my dick in this whore again, please find below her adult work page. Have fun." So we have her whole.
Can we see this?
I love that the John is sitting there saying she's the whore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're the fucking idiot who can't get laid. Whoever you are, if you're out there, you can't get laid. She provides a service. She's hot. You're the idiot. She's awesome.
I forget to add.
I'm always on the whore
He
side.
said, "I forget to add that when
with
she
you.
went to the bathroom to wipe my cum off her face, I wiped my dick on her curtain, leaving a nice stain."
That part I like.
Yeah, I think he won.
That part I get.
I like this guy because he sends it in to us. If you want to see her, she's actually pretty hot. I was really surprised, and she's cheap. She's like 160 pounds, which is like probably about
$250?
about
$250.
$250. Yeah, that's.
Well, I'm going back to Edinburgh. Can you send me that?
Yeah, I will. But you know what? She looks hot. But then I looked at how much she weighs and her dress size, and I was like, whoa.
Is it in stone?
Yeah, it is. She's 12
That's a much
stone.
worse conversion rate than the dollar to pound.
No, she's dress size 10, 5'7". I don't know if that's big. Double D's enhanced. This can't be her. She's too like.
What kind of office
Well,
is he
she's
working at?
muscular with
This
the weight.
girl could not have an office job because every guy would be like, "That's a hooker." She must be a hooker. Because I have this theory that a lot of girls hook on the side, like tons and tons.
Every
and
girl
tons.
that does PR, basically, right? Like she works in PR.
I just think.
Comics, right?
Where do they get paid? They never fucking go on the road. How often do you see girl comics on the road?
Lesbians and yeah.
They're never on the road.
I'm just
It's a weird option.
I'm just
It's a
gonna
weird
keep
option
quiet
to
right now.
have. Well, I guess guys could do gay prostitution.
No, we know Shane. Shane. Yeah. Shane, if you could be a hooker, would you? Sure. No, really. Yeah. There's your hooker.
Yeah.
If I could get paid to have sex, I'd have sex.
Yeah, but if
whoa.
what if you don't get to pick?
You
don't get to pick.
absolutely don't want to
Right.
think
Yeah,
about
that's the
the
tough part.
random
Yeah, exactly.
fucking women that are going to be trying. Think about the women who can't get laid that are going to want
I
to.
dated a woman who was a professional sex worker for a couple of weeks, and so I have a lot of information about it. And she's kind of that, not the super top end, but the like $800 a night kind of a person. And she would show up at the hotel, like concierge would call her up. She'd go up to the room, and she'd literally open the door. And if she was just like, "I'm not gonna fuck this guy," she'd just be like, "I'll be back. I'm gonna send my friend." Like she'd just be that blunt.
Huh.
But she said half the time she didn't even have sex with these people. They just wanted somebody to talk to because they're lonely businessmen, like really rich.
Yeah, I
people.
read this. I read this girl's
Yeah.
reviews, and Kenton.
My friend's cousin is an escort in Hollywood, on
Yeah.
Hollywood and Highland, and she makes $500 an hour, and she says she doesn't like even have sex with them normally.
Really?
Like a couple grand for a weekend, just to go out and hang out.
Yeah,
and they fly him to like New York and
I've
Florida
known the
and stuff.
really high-priced ones. I knew a girl in New York who was making like 25 grand a weekend, like crazy money.
How much a weekend?
25 grand, and I was like, I'll do it. I'll go with you. Yeah, I said, what happened? Because she never had money, and this one time she goes, oh, I have money, and I was like, what? She's like, I've got $90-some thousand in my bank account. I'm like, you never had money. How'd you get all that money? And she goes, I met this girl at an audition, and she said, hey, do you want to go to Miami and party for the weekend? So she goes, we went with these two guys, and we partied, and we did coke all weekend. And she's like, and I fucked him, and I fucked her. And she's like, and I went home, and they put $25,000 in my bank account.
And she didn't even know it was coming? That's the best.
Like, she was like, I enjoyed it anyways. Like, she would have done it for free.
Wow.
And then she's like, so I did it a few more times. And I'm like, you're a hooker. And she's like, yeah, and I'm rich. And I was like, yeah.
It's like fucking tax-free, too. It's not like you're reporting that to the IRS.
Yeah, but how do you do that? You've got that in your bank account then.
I don't know.
I'm reading
yeah, but
about,
see, she shouldn't be putting it in a bank
When
account.
you're reading about how to defraud the IRS.
I'm reading about how they legalized weed in Colorado and Washington now. But because it's not federally legal, all the weed places can't put the money in the bank.
Oh,
And here's the fucked
that's
up part.
Weird.
Here's the fucked up
How do
part.
they-
Here's the fucked up part. The state is taxing them, and the state takes that tax money and puts it in the bank. But because it's federally illegal, they can't put it in the banks. So
So the government can make their money off of it.
Yeah, exactly,
And
but
put
the-
wherever they
but
want.
the-
Yeah.
So it's like really scary. They're saying that they've got to do all these runs and send out decoys and everything because they're running such a
It's cash.
massive cash business, that it's so fucking dangerous.
Well, that's why all
Get
the
some Walter-
pot shops here have armed guards, because basically they either have $200,000 worth of weed in there or $200,000 in cash in there.
Well, the ones on the boardwalk they're not dispensaries. They're where you get a prescription. Then
Yeah.
they take you to a dispensary because they're not allowed to have a dispensary
A
on
couple
the
years ago they
boardwalk.
did. They used
Well,
to.
there
they
used to be
stopped it.
Dr. Kush was like like I'd just go in there
Yeah,
and
that's
smoke
where I
a
would go,
bong
Dr.
and just
Kush, yeah.
watch people work out.
Yeah,
I'm like,
they've-
yeah, good life.
They've stopped that though because the
A public park.
the rule about being near anywhere there can be kids close.
Okay.
So have you ever seen when you go in to get your prescription, they take you, then they take you to a dispensary because that's where they get their cut from the dispensary for bringing them. So they but the other day I was taking a picture of my nephew and they're like, you can't take a picture here. I'm like, fuck you, it's America. I can take a picture of anything I want. Guys like, this is blah, blah, blah. You cannot allowed to take a picture in front of a fucking weed store. And I'm like, fuck you, I can.
Yeah.
I'm legally allowed to take a picture of
Says that guy,
anything
yeah.
I want right now.
Yeah.
And the weed stores are like 5 feet away.
Yeah.
Well, except for your naked nephew, because that would just be illegal.
Well, that's what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, oh, you're a real good uncle. And I'm like, comes from the guy who yells for people to come in and get a prescription from a guy who failed out, who got a medical degree from a junior college. Who are those guys? I want to know who prescribes. Yeah. Does anybody know them?
I think they're like burnouts. Like the doctors who prescribe me, like I don't think they have like real practices anymore.
There's
They
one
just
guy who's up on like I think it's Venice Boulevard. I forget his fucking name right now because I smoke weed. But he like when you go in, he legitimately talks to you for like an hour before he gives you your prescription. He's like, you want to eat this much and you want to smoke this much and you want to do this. He's like way into the medical marijuana. Like
what an idiot.
Yeah.
Just trying to get high,
'Cause
dude.
I went with Dr. Kush, that guy. Back when you could just have, like, he would give you a prescription, and you just walk out, and then walk in the other door next in the same building. And I was with my ex-girlfriend, and he gave me mine because I said I had. I thought I had to come up with a reason. I just moved here, and I was
You
like,
say,
and
I stubbed my toe. And
Oh
they'll
no,
go,
it was that bad. It was. I really did have back surgery years ago, and I have the scar and stuff. So I was prepared to go into this whole story. I just was telling him. He's like, yeah, okay. Didn't even have me show it. And then my ex-girlfriend, she goes, and sometimes I feel kind of anxious. And she's like, and he goes, I'll prescribe you too.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I feel kind of anxious.
I went
It's a joke.
It was like why I moved out here. I was like, I need this. I need to get into this whole game. And the guy gave me like a list of like 200 reasons that people need medical marijuana.
This covers everything.
Yeah, and then it was like, why do you want it? And I was like, I don't know, all of those reasons. Like, do I have to pick one? I literally said depression. I was just like, I'm pretty depressed. I could defend this. And he's like, tell me about this depression. And it was like, he said it in such a way where I knew he didn't fucking give a shit that I was like, I'm pretty depressed and I'm a weed right now. He's like, yep, that'll do it. Let's get you out of here. Get you your fucking medicine. I was like, great, Dr. Kush.
Adrian, do you have a prescription for marijuana? No. Do you smoke weed at all?
No, not at all.
Not at all?
No.
What?
No, I'm a not at aller either. I never smoked.
I just smoked weed in your bathroom upstairs. I did.
Why did you have to go to the bathroom?
No, it wasn't. I was like, I have a break and I have weed in my pocket. It was hilarious. So I went up the stairs and I went into your like wife's like belt closet. Your wife has a closet full of belts a bit bigger than my apartment that I accidentally went to instead of the bathroom. Just pointing out that I live in.
Was there a wrecking ball in there?
Yeah. I was like, this is a closet full of belts. This is incredible.
That actually is called the Cloffice. Lindsay, who used to be on the show when she was my assistant, that was her office, and she called it the Cloffice. And we had a sign on the door that said the Cloffice because she's like, I have this small office. It's not even an office. It's a Cloffice.
It's full of belts. Why do I have to be in here?
No, the belts came later when I got married.
Belts sound fun.
But Adrian, let's talk to our.
Do you want to smoke, Adrian? By the way, while you're
You want to try it?
No.
You sure?
No, I got no interest.
No.
What do? You sell auto parts?
Yeah.
What kind of auto parts?
You know the old classic VW bugs and buses.
Oh, yeah.
My company, they make all those parts and we sell them out.
Oh my God! You
all
need
the
to
stuff.
meet Lachlan.
Yeah.
I was talking to the guys
Lachlan's
earlier
got
about
the
that.
van again, or what's he have?
Yeah. I think he's got the Euro van.
Yeah.
You have to meet him though, because he has a Euro van and he has a girlfriend who can't drive, so he's due for parts like
she's
every.
kind of Asian, isn't she?
She's an Asian and she's a woman.
Yeah. So she wrecks.
Like Lachlan, what I love about Lachlan though is like he'll like literally repeat the things she said. He's like, the car got hit on our block again. Like somebody. I go, bro, your car's gotten hit on your block 12 times. So maybe your Asian wife that can't drive your van.
So that's a real specialty thing, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
So people are like on the internet trying to find, because they stopped making those how long ago?
Well, they were making them in Mexico till about 95.
Oh, really?
Well, the bug. And they
Oh, the
recently
bug.
stopped making the bus in Brazil a couple of years ago.
Oh, so
Wow.
you could get like a Brazilian bus and bring it. Do they ride on the same or are they left or right steering wheel?
They drive on the right.
On the right, yeah.
I saw a map. There's only like 4 countries or 5 countries left that drive on the left.
Really?
Yeah.
And they're all England based, right? Like
No,
it's
no,
all-
It's all English, like
Commonwealth countries.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, England, Australia. I've wrecked 3 cars in Australia because of it, and it's
making the left turn.
I'm always thinking that I'm amazing. I'm like, I'm getting really good at this, and then right after I say that,
I drove in Australia, and the only thing that got me was the right turn. When you make a right turn, you make it into the closest lane. You go from your lane into the lane right there. And I drove head on into somebody. I was just like right turn.
Melbourne, Australia has this fucked up thing called a hook turn, which is the most Google hook turn. It's the most fucked up thing.
If
and
this looks like Ron Jeremy's belly button,
I
I'm
swear
gonna
to
be
God,
sick.
this only happens in. I think it's the only city in the world, and it doesn't happen in any other parts of Australia. But it's look, yeah, I think it's the
Hooker.
only place. Okay, look what you have to do. It's so hard to explain,
What the fuck?
but you have to. God, I wish I had an Australian here to explain this. Why did Jim have to quit?
So wait, do they turn left and then go right?
Well, okay, so you're in the other lane already. You're
Yeah,
not
it's
in the right,
essentially
you're
a
in the
wide
left.
right turn.
Yeah, you have to go, and it's because of their trolleys that are coming that you have to kind of like drive into traffic on the other side, stop, and then you hook around to do this. It's the most fucking weird thing, and they call it a hook turn. Why? Because of their trolley. There's trolleys in the middle of the street coming down.
Wait, so on that diagram there is the blue.
Okay,
straight
so here it
traffic?
is. So here it is. You're in the left lane instead of the right lane. You're not in the right lane. We drive in the right lane here. They drive in the left lane. Say you want to make a right turn.
Yeah.
Okay. So from the left lane, you have to go kind of
more
out.
left, right?
Yeah, you have to go out and then around. It's really
Okay.
weird. It's so hard to explain.
Yeah, instead of just cutting across.
Fans are gonna yell at me and be like, "What can you understand?"
No, that diagram there looks pretty obvious. So I don't know what your problem is.
But that's actually the hardest thing, because you got to, when you're making a right turn, you have to go wide. Usually you just pull right across the fucking curb. You know what I mean? Here.
I'll tell you,
You go through the middle of the intersection.
Everything else I understood. Like I would just stay in my fucking lane. I make a left turn, fine, whatever. Turn
fucked up.
right. I just turn fucking right into a car, head-on collision.
I'll
Boom.
tell you what was
It's only in that city.
Yeah.
So that girlfriend I had who moved to Africa, she was in Tanzania, and I went over there, and they drive on the left. and we took her truck, and we'd be driving on these like dirt kind of. I mean, they were big, wide roads, but they were dirt roads where you don't see another car for hours. And just because you don't really think about it, you start drifting to the right-hand side where you'd normally be, and all of a sudden a truck would come around the corner, and she would just start screaming, left, left, like just screaming at because I'm coming straight head-on into a truck.
Joel Osborne, a comedian from Australia, taught me the best thing. He said, whatever country you're in, whatever side of the steering wheel is on, stay to the middle of the road with that. And just stay to the middle, and that's all you have to think of all the time, is just that's where you should be with the steering wheel. Steering wheel should be closest to the middle.
Unless it's a mail truck.
True. True.
If you find yourself delivering mail in another country.
I always
ignore
thought
that
about
advice.
mail trucks, how they go through drive-thrus. Like how fucked up that is. When they're like, I need a burger. What, Shane? What's wrong now? You're standing there like you were born to wad. Oh my god. Can we hear what happened to you in Las Vegas?
Yeah, Shane, get on. I mean,
But do the
last time I was
condensed
here, you weren't
version.
here. I need a little Shane.
All right,
And I need a little Shane in my
I'll
life.
do it. So it took me 4.5 hours to get there, and I finally got there, and my baseball team hadn't gotten there yet. So I went to a strip club, and the girls there were all okay, but I found one girl who said, it's okay that you only have $50. And so she gave me a lap dance, and then I talked her into giving me head, and then I woke up, and she had magic markered all over my face, and there were, I didn't have my underwear. Okay, tell the story. Go ahead, tell the story.
I don't want to tell my story anymore.
Why not? Tell your story.
No, because, yeah, you did.
You ruined it.
You ruined it.
Is that what it is?
No, not at all.
What
You went
happened?
down there to play softball.
Right.
Did you play co-ed softball or all-male softball?
All male.
All male. Yeah.
All male, all the time.
But you know what?
is this a gay league?
The only thing gayer than all male anything is co-ed softball. So it's important.
Yeah, that is. No. You know what's gayer than all male softball? All female softball.
Was it gay softball tournament? You were in a gay softball. Shane, are you gay? I didn't know this.
Shane, are you a punter?
No.
All right, tell the story. You had sex with something.
Okay.
What?
A woman.
Where? Did you do it in a strip club?
In
like
the butt?
Last time we were there?
No, my-
He got head from a 47-year-old woman behind me at my bachelor party. I'm standing talking to my brother-in-laws, and all of a sudden one of them goes, and I look behind me, and I'm like, what the fuck?
You're just watching it go down?
He's just standing
Wait, you were
there.
out in the open?
Yes.
What club
Yes.
is this?
The Hustler Club.
The Hustler Club.
I'm going there.
She was some random. She
wasn't?
was a fan of the show.
I don't think she was a fan of the show.
You told me that's
She
how
was
you.
just a fan of you, buddy.
No, she was at the MGM bar, and I told him to come to the strip club with us.
And some.
This was for your actual bachelor party.
Not the fake bachelor. Party.
Right.
Okay.
So I just told them to come to the strip club.
And okay, so no, but the girl this time. Get to this time. What happened?
So the first night,
Boy, he knows how to tell a story.
Okay,
tell the story
How about we
anymore.
do an interview? Wait,
Okay.
how old was she?
28.
Okay, was she hot?
6.
Did you 6? Glad you're honest.
LA6?
Did you do it in a strange place besides her butthole? I mean, like physically.
Well, the first night I just made out with 2 girls. The second night was different.
Nobody cares about the making out.
Wait, the girl you had sex with was one of the 2 girls or separate girls?
Wait, were they
Yeah.
2 at once?
No one
though?
cares about the making out.
If she's making out with 2 girls at once, that's kind of cool.
Right, okay.
Well, nobody cares about making out,
Yeah.
apparently. So
No, we don't
We
care.
need we need penetration. Get to the penetration.
Nobody cares except for Shane.
Yeah, get to it. We don't want to hear about your romancing.
okay, so
Why did you wake up with your body shaved and magic marker all over you?
well, there's a magic marker arrow going pointing at my dick,
Right.
and there were lipstick marks all over
My
my
dick.
body. Yes.
Were there any on your dick?
No.
Okay.
So after the tournament, they had a party, and I found there were 3 girls that I was talking to, and they took my shirt off, and that's where the kiss marks came from.
Boring. Go on.
And then one of them played on my uncle's team, and
You see how these stories get along? and
Relevant.
along?
Which team
I'm
was his
giving
uncle on?
details.
We don't need
Yeah.
details.
I fucked her. There.
That's the story.
That's a good story, man. I like that
That's
part.
all we needed.
He literally does only the not fun parts of the story.
But they're usually like in good places. Like he'll be like, you'll find out later that it was his mom's friend. She's a
It
porn
was in the
star.
middle of a gay bar.
There you
See,
go.
why?
There you
yeah,
go.
that's, why would you keep that out of it?
You had sex with her in the middle of a gay bar.
Why are you talking about arrows and lipstick?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that's way better than like, she
yeah, that's
played at my
no,
uncle's.
here's how that story goes. I fucked a girl in the middle of a gay bar. That's it.
Yeah.
Like,
and then you work backwards.
remove the first part and the last part.
then
Do the part I told
Friday night,
you
I got there
fucking-
late,
No, you-
and I met up with my friends, and then I made out with two girls.
Tarantino
So I
it.
asked
you open with I was okay, all right, I fucked this girl in this gay bar, and then everybody's like, what? How?
And then
you
lipstick
build
marks.
how you fucked this
Well,
girl in the
she
gay
played
bar.
on my uncle's team.
Yeah, but you don't open with
Is
like.
this- why were you in a gay bar?
It took an extra long time to get gas in
Is it time we
Barstow.
wrap him in the wrestling mat?
Wait, why were you in a gay bar?
Yeah.
Was the whole softball team there?
Yes.
Well, I wanted to go to Denny's, but two guys wanted to go to Taco Bell.
Were you there with the coaches from the Minnesota Vikings?
And are you sure there wasn't an arrow on your back?
Look at the LA gay softball calendar.
Oh, I'll be in there.
Are you in there?
I'll be in there.
Did you do a hook turn with your cock?
Was it out in the open in the gay bar where you had sex with her? Did you have sex with her in the gay
That's
bar,
okay
or that's
in
where
gay
you
bars,
met
by
her?
the
Well, it was both, but it was pretty crowded. So
Wow.
it was
So
you
like
know,
clothes on you, it was like
I
sneaky,
mean, it was
like you
kinda
just kind
obvious
of like
because guy,
unzipped your
girl,
pants.
Yeah.
Was it a
But with,
very
like,
was it a
clothes on?
gay bar? Like everybody was naked.
How many of
right?
your friends took pictures of you doing it?
Oh, my uncle did.
That's weird.
Wait.
Yeah.
Your
that's
uncle,
worse than
your
you
uncle's taking pictures of you
naked.
fucking someone in the gay bar.
Well, he didn't really know
guys are
what was
close.
going on.
He's an uncle by
but-
marriage.
Was this the Black Dahlia uncle?
Yeah.
Hell, he took the pictures?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And he goes,
hilarious.
I just wanted your mom to be proud of you if I sent her a picture of what we were doing last night.
Weird family.
Wow.
Were you like, okay, was she on a table?
So wait, does your mom have a
was
lot
she
of
just,
pictures
was
of
she
you
just
fucking
bent
people?
over? Was she just bent
His
over on
mom-
the dance
No,
floor?
she-
His
it looked
mom
like
took
she
him
was dancing
camping
on
with
me.
Crystal Summers.
Nice. So it's like you guys are
MILF
grinding.
porn star,
Yeah.
and he
But
fucked
you're
her
in
the
her.
bathroom.
Right.
That's fucking pretty
You
slick.
can do whatever the fuck you want at gay bars. That's the deal. You can fuck.
Okay, so
you can
How many
fuck.
gay guys were just vomiting watching you do that?
Well, a lot
They were
of
just
them-
happy to see
They
his
just
dick.
clear out. They smell.
Oh my God, vagina!
They smell pussy. They just smell pussy in the air, just
my
like
God.
projectile everywhere.
We're all gonna get crabs.
a lot of them were yelling, "Go, girl!"
But they were talking to you, right?
Yeah.
How many fingers in your butt while you were fucking?
No, I was sitting down.
She was sitting on top of you, riding you.
Nice.
Did you not? Me and Dan just had a conversation.
Oh, I was
about that.
ignoring that
he
because
was doing a
I was
fake-
laughing at Bronson's joke.
He was doing a fake grind. He was doing a fake grind move. Like they were being all slick. Like they're just dancing. Like she's like lap dancing him basically, but he's in her.
And you slipped it out. You had to be fingering her for a while.
Oh, well, duh! I know what I'm doing.
Duh.
Of course you do. You're the only guy I know that fucks in gay bars.
That is a fucking great story.
Yeah,
That's a good
it's pretty
story.
impressive.
That's a
Yeah.
good story. I mean, not the way you
We
told
made
it.
it.
but the
We
story
made
was
it
great.
good.
That's usually how it happens.
Yeah, yeah. Like if that event happened to a good storyteller, they would have an amazing story.
Was it a gay? Was it like a super gay bar?
Yes.
Super gay bar.
Can one of us have this for stage and we'll just workshop it?
Yeah, we all get to take it as our own.
Shane, write down your life for us.
Yeah, that's
we
more
probably
interesting than
make
anything
it
I've done in a
funny.
while.
It'd probably only be like a
fucking great.
page.
No.
I'm not very good with words and writing.
Clearly.
I hated
You had a
writing
fucking good
essays.
weekend.
Yeah, it was good.
This happens every weekend.
That's
with
fucking
him.
awesome.
I know.
How'd you hit? Did you go?
Oh, I
4 for
won the
4?
MVP trophy.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
What?
Fucking
Hey,
the gay
did
bar.
You
Did
won
you-
there. That's
Hey,
a great weekend.
So were you
Yeah.
raw dogging this chick?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And
let's,
where did you leave
that's-
it? Where did you leave it? Inside?
Duh.
or-
That's where
wait,
the story
wait.
goes.
Now let's
Duh, Bronson.
Know what I'm doing?
let's knock him down a bunch of pegs.
Okay. Okay.
Let's go
so
with
back to normal.
let's go
Okay.
back to Doug
to
Benson's
normal.
show. You holding up a sign trying to get on stage.
Yeah, I did that.
How did that go?
Well, I was too far in the back, so they couldn't see me, so that didn't go.
He went to which show did Doug do?
He just did a stand up, but he did like a bit from Doug Loves Movies at the end.
And you wanted to get on Doug
Fuck
Loves
yeah, I did.
Yep, and it didn't go well.
No. Well,
Is no one else worried about the raw dogging that he just mentioned? He's not
Yeah,
even.
no,
I missed that.
chicken
I
out.
had the question. He raw dogged, and I go like, where did you leave it? I want to know where it goes.
Yeah,
Into a
where
gay
did
bar.
the
I
jizz
just
go?
pulled out.
Into a gay
On
guy?
the floor.
Gay guy's
floor?
mouth.
Don't you know they'll slurp that up there?
Wait, hold on. Wait, no, wait. This is good. This is good. Hold on. I didn't get it. You pulled out and just left it on the floor.
Yeah.
I just picture you shooting it towards the floor and like a gay guy pulling like a fucking Matrix move.
Yeah.
Just fucking catching that shit on the way down.
Do you know how much DNA that mixed with?
But are you not even worried about like you don't feel itchy or fucking burning?
No, I mean I've done worse.
I love that that's the theory. It's like, no, man, I fucked two people with no condoms when I was a teen, so now I get a free pass for the rest of my life.
People in Mexico are able to drink their water.
Yeah.
You just have to build up a resistance, man.
Did you go to the gay bar with
I'm
her,
so
or you
paranoid
met her
I'd
at the
be-
gay bar?
I'd be insane right now.
Is
With
there
her.
a chance you
Yeah.
fucked a guy in the gay bar?
No.
With like, are you sure?
Yes.
Like a Matthew McConaughey type hot looking guy. With like a sweet ponytail.
Well, if it was Matthew McConaughey,
You wouldn't have had a chance. Dan would have been there.
didn't we have this argument last time you were here?
That's right. Yeah,
See, but Matthew would know how to tell this story.
Machete, did he
we get
embarrass
to hear his side of
Did
it.
he
What a
embarrass you at all
revival
at Doug
for
Loves
Matthew
Movies?
McConaughey,
No,
by
he
the way.
wasn't.
I know,
Okay.
I know.
He's really turned it on.
You-
Do you want to
you-
fuck him more or less now?
More.
I want to like have a relationship with.
Yeah.
He looks like he has cancer on that True Detective.
Dallas Buyer. Oh
Yeah.
well, he's
That's
coming
because
back
he's-
from Dallas Buyers
Yeah, he's
Club.
come back from.
Why?
He's
What was
supposed
he?
to
Was he
have
skinny?
AIDS.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen it
Crazy.
yet. I want to see it.
Like
good.
like a machinist skinny.
Oh wow.
Like
Jared
yeah.
Leto?
Yeah,
Oh,
Jared Leto too. Jared Leto was
amazing.
already skinny
what?
and got crazy.
Shane,
skinny.
one last thing. Did you? How was your drive with Brant Tobler?
Oh, it was really good.
Did you just talk like this the whole time?
Absolutely.
Did you tell him
He
stories?
did it. He interviewed me for his podcast.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, you're beginning.
That'll get a lot of hits.
Oh, we got a new Far Side.
Well, we didn't actually record it. He just,
That's why I love Shane. See, Shane's my favorite. Come on.
I got to end this episode. 'Cause I have Sharon Houston.
He
sitting
doesn't have
in
a
the other room
podcast
waiting
so
to
much
go
as we
on.
just talk near
Yeah.
a computer.
Anybody here is welcome to stick around for the next episode, but I got to end it because Sharon's here. I'll go around the room. Dan, well, where can fans find you, see you? Anything big coming up? Anything important?
Yeah, like D_Cummins is the Twitter. That's what pretty much website's DanCummins.tv. And then for Pandora people who like that, should be done in May, but I'm going to be the first comic to do exclusive content for Pandora. Like
Nice.
Video, audio stuff. Yeah, I'm doing a big project with them this spring.
Nice. I get nice little checks from Pandora. I
Me
like it.
too.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
They're good to
Hey,
me.
can you get my CD into the right guy there?
They're really good to me. And you know,
Yeah.
we're not quarterly anymore. We're monthly now.
I know. I just signed up for that.
Yeah.
Well, because I wasn't
do you have
direct
to
deposit.
sign up for it? Oh.
No, if you're direct deposit, you're already good.
Oh, good.
But no, Pandora's
Nice.
been
Yeah,
very
guys
busy.
out
so
there,
so set up a
fi-
Dan Cummins station.
Find me,
an
yeah,
Eddie F
and an
station.
Eddie F station on Pandora.
Yeah.
Every time you click it, we get paid. So
Yeah.
it's awesome.
Just run it in the background. Just fucking run it. in the-
Yeah, just don't even like when you get to work, just
yeah.
put it on mute
Yeah.
and just keep playing it, and then
keep it on there all
and
day.
then reject everyone else and just keep sending it back to me.
That's a solid plan.
Nice.
Bronson, anything special other
thank you,
than you
sir.
have the greatest comedy club in all of LA?
Great. Yeah. Venice Underground Comedy every Wednesday. Venice Townhouse. Come check it out. Eddie comes a lot.
Awesome.
I haven't had you yet. You could have come sometime.
I would love to come. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a really good
This year,
room.
I'm finally getting
fun.
out and doing shows. I've been a fucking idiot.
I
for
just
the last
bombed
couple
there
years.
really bad last week. I
Yeah?
listened
Yeah,
to
but
the
you-
recording afterwards, and I was like, I did a lot worse than I even thought I was doing.
Yeah, because you go down there and experiment and have fun. That's what I want people to do there. If you
Oh,
just come
now I
if-
really,
if
really
all you
wanna
did
do it.
was come there and do your I would be like, seriously, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
I
That's
I have
awesome.
to I have to have a new hour by February 15th.
Who are you
and
recording it for?
I'm recording it. Well, I have a new tour in Australia.
Yeah.
And I got to do a whole new hour every year.
You got to be ready for
I
that.
got
yeah.
about 10 minutes.
Have you thought about
man.
getting
Those weren't the
Shane?
10 minutes you did at my show. were they?
I've thought about killing myself. No, it's going to be a great show. And I just found out last
thanks.
night.
You can do 40 minutes on the hook turn.
I just found out last night I'm doing Melbourne. I'm doing the Melbourne Comedy Festival. I'll be at the Forum Theatre, 8:15 every night of the week. I'll be at the Forum Theatre. Doing 16 nights there. I'm doing 29 nights in Adelaide. I think like 5 nights in Sydney, 5 in Brisbane, and Perth also.
You say 29 nights in
29
Adelaide?
nights in Adelaide.
Yeah, buddy.
That's where I start so that's where I run the show for 29 nights to get
That's
it.
the
Wow.
big festival there.
Yeah, the Adelaide Fringe. It's a good one.
Oh, that's great.
I'm going to go to that.
That's a fun one. That's a really fun one. So that's where I'll be, and I'll be in Indianapolis next weekend, in San Diego the weekend after at the Madhouse Comedy Club, 6th and 7th. That's selling out, so get your tickets for that one, fuckers. And everything's at eddief.com. My dates aren't on eddief.com. I have to hire somebody to do that because I can't do that. So if you want a job and you're good on computers, fucking let me know and I'll let you do
I
all
want
my
a job. I'm
entry.
good on computers. We can link your Google Calendar to your fucking page.
No, because my web guy Bud fucking won't let me do that. He refuses. It used to be that way, and it was so easy.
Yeah.
I just get a date, put it in, boom. Now it's because you buy tickets on my site,
Right.
so it's a pain in the ass. Joe, what do you got going on?
At Fix Your Life on Twitter, joepraino.com, Kooks of Comedy, which Eddie was a guest on, our surfing comedy podcast. Listen to that. I'll be on Bronston's show soon. No, I won't, but we'll talk about it.
No, you won't. Oh yeah, we're also recording compilation CDs for Rooftop.
Oh, nice.
Starting to use my show.
Nice.
So we'll definitely talk. We'll talk to all you guys.
Cool. Oh, that's. I'll tell you about that afterwards.
It ends up being a residual.
Yeah,
money.
but I'll tell you all about that afterwards.
You're like, I'm not doing it. Fuck off.
No. I have one of my CDs is with Rooftop Comedy. They're good people, but.
Also, I'm the first. I'm going to be the first comedian to do original content for MySpace. So, guys, Justin Timberlake. He's bringing MySpace back. Me and JT. So check that out.
I want to thank Oscar for cooking. Oscar, where can they find you? Tacos and hotdogs.com. If you've got a porn going on, Oscar will be there.
Yeah.
You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Google Plus. Give us a good rating.
Now he's
please.
doing an accent.
my God.
I know, I love how you
Literally.
you just went Cheech and Chong, like in a regular voice.
Before he was like, "Would you like a hot dog?" Now he's like, "On Instagram, bro."
These are real authentic.
I learned some new recipes at Stanford when I studied my master's.
If you like if you want it. Every time you hand him a microphone,
Sometimes the tacos fall off the back of the truck, and we've got some other stuff there you like.
if people are having fuck at your house, I'll be there making hot dogs.
Hey man, we can't have tacos all the time. Why don't you try something like wrapping bacon around a hot dog?
Wait, I was just thinking about this Mexican food on a porn set. You know, everybody's just shitting themselves with all the anal.
I know they already have a problem with people with this shit smell on a porn site. You know, Shane. I'd like to thank Shane for fucking this week, giving us a story.
Blasting his
Machete,
wad.
Cheech. Oh,
You're
what?
welcome.
Oh, we'll do that on the next show. Cody, for all your hard work. Cody works his butt off, and it's, he just wants to grow his ears back together. That's what he's trying to do. Kenton and Shane, thanks for just being you. Seriously, thanks for being who you are. Look at how good looking that man is.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at him. He just Kenton just stands there.
It's like he was carved. It's like he wasn't even born.
He's our sculpture.
Kissing him wouldn't even
We
be
just
gay.
bring him here to have
Just be
to
awesome.
up the good looking quotient.
When
So
him and Lachlan are put together, it's just.
nothing but jawline.
I feel like
nothing like fucking in a gay bar.
You remember in the Superman where he went evil and he grew the beard and he fucking started. But I feel like you're evil Lachlan. I feel like you're like the drunken Lachlan who sits in a bar.
We wanted to
smashing.
send him to a gay bar and see who gets picked up quicker.
Didn't Lachlan grow
Oh, we
a
did.
beard
I
over?
won.
I think so, yeah.
All right, let's end the show and do the next one. You guys are welcome to stick around. Sharon Houston's our guest. This one comes out when? This is out Thursday. So, so listen up, fuckers. Thanks for listening, shitheads. And that's it. Goodbye.